I'm speechless, honestly. Child's 8 years old, destroying small businesses.
A break-in and a trail of glass at a Lakeside pet store leading to a stunning detail when it comes to the suspect. As ABC 10 News reporter Michael Chen tells us, when deputies tracked down the snake thief, they discovered an 8-year-old boy.
Outside Pet Supplies and More in Lakeside, the front door is boarded up. This is the chunk of concrete used to smash the glass. The biggest shocker came with the identity of the suspect.
When you're told who the suspect is, what's your first reaction?
Where's the parents?
Shattered glass and disbelief for store owner Stacy Schultz Cronin. Past 10 Monday night, a call from deputies sent her racing to her shop.
The witness said almost sounded like a bomb going off.
Deputies telling her a shopper at Dollar Tree saw a young boy chucking the concrete through the door.
This is the one that was taken last night.
Before running out of the shop with his year-old red fire Sandboa and taking off, the thief didn't get far with deputies responding quickly to a 911 call.
They said they caught him right in front of Dairy Queen on Woodside with the snake in his hand.
Schultz says the biggest stunner came when deputies told her the suspect was 8 years old.
I'm speechless, honestly, because at 8 years old, Barbies are playing Legos or something at home. It's not breaking windows and stealing live animals out of a pet store.
The sheriff's office says the boy was transported to a hospital for an evaluation. Deputies say the psychiatric response team is connecting family with resources, and at this time, no arrest or charges are pending. Back at the shop, Schultz watching the returned snake, which was pregnant, closely.
She is still pregnant. She hasn't shown any sign of miscarriage yet.
Schultz also trying to figure out how she'll cover the damage, more than $2,000 worth. She's hoping the parents will step up.
All I ask is for them to pay for it and take responsibility of their kids' actions. 8 years old, it just baffles me. The child's 8 years old, destroying small businesses.
Michael Chen, ABC 10 News.
This 10 News Pinpoint sponsored by Anderson Plumbing, Heating and Air. Nobody wows clients like we do.
Well, it's certainly feeling a bit warmer, and it is going to be getting even hotter. Tomorrow and Thursday will be the hottest days of this week, and then a lot of humidity surges in this weekend. So a lot of changes. It is really going to be feeling like summer here. As we look at the sunshine across our ABC 10 News sky cams, it is sunny everywhere in the county with 73 at Oceanside, Del Mar, La Jolla, San Diego, Del Mar, and in Chula Vista right now. Near 90 in Ramona, 79 in Poway, meanwhile, and very hot in our desert. Talkatewell still at 113 degrees. So the Padres are in town against the Diamondbacks again tonight. 6:40 first pitch, another really mild night. We're going to be right around 70 degrees, 69 degrees at first pitch, and we only cool to the mid-60s by the end of the game. So another really warm night if you're headed out to Petco Park tonight. For the inland neighborhoods, also warm tonight. 7 o'clock, still in the mid-70s, and even into the late night hours, we'll be seeing a lot of low 70s. Waking up tomorrow morning, mostly in the mid-60s, and we may see a bit of patchy fog again. Very shallow marine layer in the next coming days, so not going to be seeing that marine layer as far inland, and it will be closer to the ground, so patchy fog will be possible for the commutes. So the marine layer is going to keep things comfortable along our coast. Not a big warm up here. We're staying in the low to mid-70s, though maybe a little bit above average, but overall still nice. Meanwhile, inland neighborhoods, I do expect to see more 90s tomorrow, including in Escondido and in Poway, just shy in El Cajon. Fallbrook at 86. 90s also for our mountain areas. 101 in Campo. Even Mount Laguna and Palomar warming into the 90s. Up to 116 in Ocotillo Wells. Meanwhile, Ramona and Alpine in the mid-90s tomorrow. So temperatures are trending above normal. We are in an extreme heat warning in the deserts right now, and it lasts through Thursday night. Thursday is going to be the hottest day with temperatures up to 118 degrees. Wouldn't be surprised if that heat warning does get extended through Friday, though. And now heat advisory will be in effect tomorrow through Thursday for our mountain communities. Most areas will be in the 90s, but as I just mentioned, areas like Campo will be in the triple digits. So we have this heat dome sitting over us. Now, that is pushing the cold air way up into Canada, and the monsoon moisture as of right now is still farther off to the east of us. But as we head into this weekend, that monsoon flow is really going to be surging in. It's going to be feeling a lot more humid, and we will see a slight chance for some showers and thunderstorms, best chance near the mountains. And we could see that linger into most of next week. This is going to be a long duration monsoon episode. Temperatures will be in the 70s into next week along our coast, while inland neighborhoods will be in the 90s, only cooling to the mid-80s Friday through the weekend, and then back around 90 degrees as we head into next week. And those 90s next week are going to be feeling more uncomfortable than the ones we're going to be feeling this week, because it's going to be a lot more humid. The mountains in the low to mid-90s through Thursday, cooling off to the mid-80s this weekend, but again, we're going to be factoring in that humidity. Meanwhile, the deserts, temperatures also not as hot this weekend, but you do have a chance for some showers and thunderstorms well into next week.
To buy stamps, you'll want to do it now. Coming up, we're diving into the hike in Forever Stamps as prices inch up and what's driving up costs.
If you need to buy postage stamps, you want to stock up this week before prices go up again on July 12th.
The U.S. Postal Service says the proposed price hikes are needed to offset inflation, rising operation costs, and continued financial challenges. Right now, a Forever stamp costs 78 cents, but later this month, that price climbs to 82 cents. It may only be a 4-cent increase per stamp, but those extra costs can add up quickly. That's something Terry Schmitz knows well.
I probably purchase them maybe once a month.
She says every new price hike hits a little harder.
I think it's quite too high. I mean, for a single stamp, it doesn't make any sense.
I reached out to the U.S. Postal Service to ask why these increases keep happening. They declined to speak with me on camera, but provided some background. USPS says the rise of digital communication has led to a steady decline in traditional mail. Charles McDonald says buying stamps or even sending mail just isn't common among many his age.
I couldn't tell you one person that does.
Fewer letters means less revenue, which USPS says is another reason stamp prices continue to go up. For loyal customers like Schmitz, though, those higher prices are hard to ignore.
I'm not one to pay bills online.
Right.
So it's frustrating, but it's something that I need to do.
As stamp prices have gone up, USPS says counterfeit stamps have become a growing problem.
A friend did recently send me a link to a discounted site. I haven't tried it yet. I'm a little skeptical because I don't want to spend money on something and then it not be valid.
If Forever stamps are being sold far below face value, USPS says that's a major red flag. Avoid third-party sellers and buy directly from the post office to make sure you're getting the real thing.
Forever stamps never expire, so bottom line, stock up before prices go up to 82 cents per stamp later this month. That way, you don't waste your money.
Taylor Nimmo, Scripps News Group.
You're watching ABC 10 News at 4.
President Trump landed in Ankara, Turkey for the NATO summit, saying the war in Ukraine could be over, quote, hopefully soon. The battlefield hasn't heard the news. 50 civilians dead in Kyiv in a single week. That's the number Volodymyr Zelensky carries into this summit. His ask is interceptor missiles for the Patriot system. But the trouble is supply. Washington burned half of its own Patriot inventory fighting Iran, and everyone at the NATO table, they're counting their own short supply of the Patriots. So Zelensky brings Trump a harder case that Ukraine isn't just asking for shields, it's on its own changing this war's math, and he should be paying attention to that.
There is no major oil refinery left in Russia that has not been struck by Ukraine. We are defending ourselves, and we are raising the cost of this war for Russia, and by doing so, increasing the changes for peace.
And the reach keeps growing. Monday, Ukrainian drones burned Russia's largest refinery in Siberia, 1,500 miles from the front, a place Russians thought the war could never touch. Overnight, in the Sea of Azov, Ukraine says its drones set 8 fuel tankers ablaze, all of them bound for Crimea, where drivers have been facing rationed fuel since the spring. This is Zelensky's theory of the war made real. You don't have to win the front line if you can empty the enemy's gasoline tanks. Jason Bellini, Scripps News Group, Washington.
Concerns of a possible collapse prompted evacuations in a New York City high-rise. City officials say there were reports of bricks falling from 37-story building before construction workers found buckled structural columns and sagging floors on the 21st floor. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani says that the building is still unstable.
I'm grateful to report that there have been no injuries at this time and that every worker has been accounted for.
Officials said first responders are working to stabilize the building before engineers can shore it up. Several nearby buildings were evacuated as a precaution, along with the closures of nearby streets.
Rape allegations against the already controversial Democratic Senate candidate in Maine are throwing his candidacy and potentially control of the Senate into question. Jenny Rassicott had already joined a chorus of former romantic partners who accused Graham Plattner of volatile and toxic behavior in a June article published by the New York Times ahead of the primary. Plattner successfully weathered those accusations, criticism of a Nazi tattoo, and revelations about dismissive comments regarding rape and women, and held on to enough endorsements and party support to win the primary. But that is changing. Now Rassicott alleges he raped her in 2021, saying Plattner entered her home uninvited before forcing himself on her. Numerous Democrats, including top supporters Congressman Ro Khanna and Senators Ruben Gallego and Elizabeth Warren, pulling support Monday evening. Democratic leadership has said they'll no longer invest in Maine's races if Plattner stays in. The Democrat Super PAC says the same. The Maine Democratic Party is calling on Plattner to withdraw. This comes as the pressure is on. Maine's race is considered one of the most plausible targets for Democrats to take back control of the Senate. Losing Maine would force Democrats to flip a different Republican-held seat in an already competitive year. Plattner denies the allegations but says he's taking time to reflect on what happens going forward. He would need to withdraw by July 13th so the party could replace him on the ballot by the end of the month. Alex Miller, Scripps News Group, Washington.
Day 2 of the preliminary hearing in the case of the man charged with shooting and killing Charlie Kirk, with more testimony from investigators who talked through video showing the person they say is Tyler Robinson on campus on the day of the shooting.
Investigators say surveillance video revealed in a Utah court Tuesday shows Tyler Robinson walking on the Utah Valley University campus on the day conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot and killed while speaking there. Prosecutors laid out multiple clips showing a person who they say is the defendant coming and going from campus multiple times on the date of the shooting, both in a vehicle and on foot, appearing in later videos with different clothing. In one clip, the person who investigators identified as Tyler Robinson appears to have changed clothing, wearing dark pants, but investigators say the same shoes. In that footage, he's walking with a limp up some stairs, eventually arriving, the lead investigator says, at a rooftop by rolling over a railing ahead of the shooting.
Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's widow, was in court again today, according to the judge. Meanwhile, there is still a lot more to play out in the coming days, including what we believe will be a recording played by the prosecution of Tyler Robinson's former roommate at the time of the shooting. Lori Jangleyhaw, Scripps News Group.
A new analysis finds President Donald Trump's energy policies could leave Americans paying more for their power over the next decade. The report from the Energy Innovation estimates the administration's policies will add more than $500 billion in collective household energy costs by 2040. It projects the average household could pay about $460 more a year by 2035. The analysis points to reduced administration support for renewable energy, electric vehicles, and consumer tax credits as key drivers of higher projected costs. The White House disputes those findings. It calls the report bipartisan and argues the administration's policies will boost domestic energy production and lower costs. Gas prices are trending down nationwide and here in California.